There we are. Hello, CFA Nation. Gabe. And man, I tell you what, what a difference, a couple of weeks makes. What a couple, not even a couple of weeks, right? Just a tournament, a couple people make. I'm very, very just watching this game right now. Just, New Zealand 89 for 3, 12th over. You know, it's definitely a much better score than the first game. Gupta also went down, but Daryl Mitchell haven't gone down for a duck, is still up in there. What's going on, people? What's going on? It looks like India's bowling is struggling a little bit here, and New Zealand's coming to bang. What is up? Phil 93. What up, Han? Steve, Varun, Nikhil. Who else is up in here? I'm sure Vishnu. What's going on? Chatel. You have scored 26 in the last 6 overs. Oh, wow. Gabe, dude is there in the first innings. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Oh, boy. Doing in the first innings. I don't think I've ever seen that. I think Nick has given up streaming after Wokes has outed him as a Tom Karen fan. That's funny. No, Nick is actually going to stream the entire match or the rest of it. I'm just coming in right now to begin the stream. Heard about Penn? I tweeted it out. I was like first one to tweet it out on Twitter. Cousin, seconds after it came out. They were 64 for 1 in 6 overs. Oh, wow. So wait a minute. New Zealand is struggling. Interesting. So the 64 for 1, basically in the power play, and now they've started struggling. The run scoring has slowed down. I see. Interesting. Let's see who's gotten lit up. Oh, man. Deepak Chahar, once again, getting blown up. 12 economy rate. He got himself a wicket, though. That early wicket everybody talks about. And then Bhuvi hasn't got himself a wicket. Akshar Patel. And Harshal Patel, the Purple People Leader. Wow. I'm excited to see Harshal Patel in there, guys. The Purple People Leader. Oh, daddy. Oh, they said it wouldn't happen. The Purple People Leader. I mean, give the guy a shot, right? He's usually good in the death, and he takes those much-needed wickets. Yes, I just saw that. I woke up to that news this morning. A.B. de Villiers has retired. Nick and I speculated about this, right, guys? You got so many. You only got so many bullets in the arm, right? You only got so much gas in the tank. Eventually, you run out of tank gas, and he looked like a different AB. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, his strike rate was still good," and it's just the amount of balls he faced. But the fact that, a few times when he was put in that position, he couldn't get it done. It kind of told you could feel he was done. Boring reviews. Is it boring _ reviews? Yeah, boring _ reviews. Yeah, I tweeted it out this morning, mad early, y'all. And I was like, not this morning, last night when I heard it. Tim Paine is a different story. Tim Paine, I didn't think he was going to survive much longer any which way as a captain, but this is really bad. And listen, Tim, he's a man, he's got a family, so I will not besmirch his name, okay? I will not besmirch his name because that's a serious, calling somebody, messing with them about their play or decision-making or captaincy is one thing. But when you're talking about something that's going to impact somebody's family or something like that, that's a completely different story. I feel bad for him. I really do. Apparently, it was a scandal, sending inappropriate photos to a female coworker. And I believe he's married, right, with children. So, somebody says, Gabe, what's happening in cricket right now? Guys, life. This stuff happens every day. This stuff happens every day. That's real. You know what I'm saying? So, all I can say is that hopefully his personal life, his wife, his family, they're able to survive this situation. But man, that's tough. As far as AB, guys, 37. He'd be 38, by the time the next IPL comes around. How many more bullets do you think the guy's got in his arms? I mean, you only have so many. It's a physically demanding thing. Physically demanding thing. And Axar Patel right now, once again, restricting New Zealand to singles right here. I don't think Virat, you guys say Virat will retire. I don't think Virat's going to retire just yet. Virat, I believe, has some time. I believe that, I'm sorry, we will be hearing the MS Dhoni's going to be retiring from all forms of cricket. I think that having one, that's a bad fielding effort there. He took a bad angle. That goes for 4 runs. I think Dhoni, and I just think Dhoni didn't want to take away the I don't think Dhoni wanted to take anything away from the World Cup, but CSK won the championship. It's the best way to go out on top, right? Go out on top. So I think Dhoni will be the next one, and Universe Boss may not come back either, honestly. The way he performed this last year, especially in the World Cup, time's undefeated, guys, and that's a line from Rocky, right? One of my favorite lines, and not Rocky actually, it's in Apollo Creed, the movie Creed, when Apollo Creed's son Adonis asks Rocky, he says, how good was he? And Rocky says, who, Apollo? He's the best. He's the greatest of all time. He said, how'd you beat him? He said, I didn't. Time beat him. It's undefeated. You know what I mean? We all get old. We all get old, man. And it is what it is. Yesterday, we had an activity for the students at school called the Turkey Trot, where we're raising money by having kids go through these obstacle courses and stuff. They run, because we've had to stop selling cookies because of COVID and all the stuff we do, selling chocolates for donations, you know what I mean? In order to, this is bothering me right here. That's like, in order to raise money for the school. So, Nick and I, we're out there with the kids, we're running, we're, sliding under things. I'm trying to flip through this spider web maze or whatever. I woke up, I'm in pain, my back hurt, my knee hurt, I was limping. I told the wife I may not make it to school today. I mean, we only have so many, and there goes a wicket. Oh no, that was a replay. They got me with the replay. So it's you only got so many bullets in you, man. Time beats us all. Andy says, AB de Villiers, Gale, Kohli all retiring from IPL. I don't know if Kohli's retiring from the IPL. I believe Gale will be the next one. I believe Dhoni will be also retiring from the IPL. It sucks. It sucks, guys. Gabe, who should be captain now for the Ashes? That, I believe, Varun, is the biggest issue. Who's going to be captain for the Ashes? You cannot give it back to Smudge, right? And, there goes a bomb. Who hit that? Phillips, the dragon. Phillips absolutely pumps Jahad there. Who should be the next Test captain? You cannot give it back to Smudge as much as you want to. I just don't think that. Can't give it to one of the young guys. The young guys aren't ready yet. Young guys aren't ready yet. That's a tough one, guys. You guys would know better. People are saying Cummins, Patty Cummins, the best a man could be. Yeah, maybe Patty Cummins. That's not a bad suggestion there. Cummins is young enough where he'll be the captain for the next few years until some of the younger guys that are get groomed for it like maybe Manas Lobishang, or because you don't want to pick a guy that's on his way out. You know what I mean? Like a Nathan Lyon, because he's up in age too. How many years does he have left? So I can see it. Lobishang is too early. Manas is, it's too early for him. He's way too young. All bowlers breathe a sign of relief today as ABD is gone. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Wow, you think you would give it to Manas this early? Interesting. Queensland didn't give captain to Manas for a reason. Yeah, he's young. Kawaj. Oh man, listen, I'm just happy that Usman is now going to be playing in Usman's not going to be playing in the Ashes, right? They put him back on the test team. There's no way he's getting the captaincy. Joe Burns, stop it. Stop it. Come on, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me here? I'd give it to Dom Sibley. That's hilarious. Zampa, Mullet Magic captain. That's hilarious. Who's going to keep is, I think they're going to go with Philippi, right? You got to go with Philippi, the young guy. Sorry, guys. Handling some business right there. Wade. Wade is an interesting one, but I don't think it'll be him. Oh, you talking about to keep? Wade is a keeper. I guess they'd go with Wade because he's got more experiencing. Yeah, because Wade is injured, right? Last time I saw Wade was injured, so they can't go with Wade. That's why I'm thinking it's going to be Philippi. I mean, this one situation really just threw Australia, into a tailspin, right? Because even though Tim Payne, wasn't, the biggest star, now you've got a captain. You got to replace a captain and a wicketkeeper. Not an easy thing to do. And Tim Payne was always steady, right? He was steady in tests. He'd give you his 30, 40 runs. This is actually a blow. This is actually a blow for Australia. So that is super interesting. Oh, Payne's still gonna play. He's just giving up the captaincy. Okay, I was about to say, because if he wasn't playing at all, man, you got to bring up Philippi, and he's a young boy, but you got to do Philippi because Wade is still hurt. No, people are saying Payne is in the squad. I don't think he will play now. His career is gone. You know what? That's going to be so interesting whether he plays or not. And this is so brutal, man. But Hartraj got quad in the field, baby. Yeah, I gotta say, last time out for India, and even though India won, I was disappointed that I didn't get to see Guy Quad because they announced they had added him on the team. But I'm so excited to see them put Harshu Patel in there, the Purple People leader. Like, you gotta give these young guys a shot, you know what I mean? Sky did what he did, all right? You guys know if I was on the stream, I would have been losing my mind. I've been talking about Sky forever. Put some respect on that man's name. Sky's a savage, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. You got established guys, man, but give other guys an opportunity, especially guys that have been producing when other guys aren't producing. Yeah, Vintage Iyer didn't bowl last time, I don't think, right? He just batted, really didn't do much with the bat. Didn't need to, obviously, because of my man Sky. But I tell you what, man, I think it's smart right now what India's doing, because you're looking all around and you're seeing guys like ABD, for example, on his way out. You know what I'm saying? He was out from South African cricket a few years ago. Like, these guys only last so long. You only have so much, in the tank. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of guys that you could see that within another year or two might be gone. You know what I mean? I tell you right now, people said Kohli got a decade. I don't know if Kohli's got a decade. A decade? 10 more years? 10 years. Come on, man. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. And I think that this is probably right here. The bowling is where, oh, look at that. Boovie gets pumped for 6. Oh, Wade. Oh, Wade. No, that's not Wade. That's Phillips. Oh, that's Phillips. Boovie gets pumped for 6 here. And I think, Boovie hadn't got left off. I know last time he played, he was pretty good. All right, he took wicket up front. But Boovie's also been hit or miss the last few times out. And I get, guys, Boovie's been around for a very long time, right? And he's been getting himself wickets a long time. And you only got so many bullets in the arm. You only got so much gas in the tank. I think you got to start looking at some of these younger bowlers that India has and start putting them in positions, because, you can't just throw them into the fire, into the jaws of fire, in the middle of a World Cup, right, for instance. So I'd like to see a guy, and you guys are going to kill me, but I'd love to see a guy like Bishnoi. I believe his action is so unique, you know what I mean? I really enjoy seeing him bowl. Varun Chakrabarti, I know in the World Cup, he didn't take big wickets, but I believe, the guy can bowl, so keep going with some of these guys, because that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would start, peppering them in here and there. You know, 123 for 3, and Boovie's already given up what, including the 8-9 runs this over. Ooh. I will update right after this over. I will update it right after this over. Okay, just no run there to Cypher, just a dot ball. Okay. Ooh, I thought it was a wicket, but it looked like he didn't make contact. He pulled it back down. And that's going to run away for a single. Yep, only a single. So he finishes strong. Boovie gives up a single to Cypher, but gave up 11 runs that over. 11 runs that over. 12 runs the prior over. So New Zealand's starting to fight back here in the death. And 125 for 3. 125 for 3. Nico Beach joining us shortly here, guys. 125 for 3. Question. Give me a prediction from here on out. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm calling next 5 overs. Ooh. Yeah, this is the dude. These guys are scoring that well. I'm saying a $180, man. The bowling does not look good. I'm saying a $180. If they don't score at least 180, it's a collapse from New Zealand. They're probably going to score at least 180. And it might be enough. It might be enough. Let's see what happens. A purple people eater. Purple people eater right here. I love my boy, Purple Patel. Purple Patel. And, oh no, that's Ashwin. And, oh! Ashwin gets Cypher caught in by Boovie. Well, at least Boovie can catch. He's not taking wickets, but he can catch. And there goes There goes Cypher. There goes 10 Cypher. And maybe 180 was premature. Possibly. Possibly. Oh my. Oh my. Gabe, collapse begins. I said, unless there's a collapse. Oh, the collapse has begun. Oh my. Oh my. All right, guys. We'll be back shortly as they just taking a commercial break. Don't go away too far. Nick will be joining us shortly. Wow. I've got to go make a quick run, and then we will continue streaming this game. Yes, I did see Ricky Ponting's interview on Great Cricketer, man. They're awesome. We reached out to them a couple times, but it is what it is. They're busy people. It's all good. But man, wicket right there. So now it's 124, right? 125 for 4 in the 15th over, or 16th over, I should say, excuse me. And oh boy, now you're gonna get to that soft underbelly. If New Zealand loses another wicket here, they don't get the 180. They don't get the 180. And who is it? Is it Jimmy Neesham? Oh, Jimmy Neesham. What's up, sup? What's up? The kid is chilling. Ashwin taking those wickets. Let's see what he does next ball here. And just a dot ball. Dot city. Alrighty then, guys. So, as I mentioned, go ahead, hang on the stream. Nick will be here shortly. And I will be back as well.
All right, what's happening, everybody? I am here. Ooh, that wasn't the best transition from Gabe to I. Sorry about that. I was just finishing some stuff up. What is happening, everybody? We have the second match of the T20, and lo and behold, what has happened? India has won the toss again, ladies and gentlemen. And now New Zealand is batting in the in the death, and we'll see how they fared. The death bowling last time was not too bad. It was like 40 or so. Could have been much worse. We'll see how they do here. But India has won the toss 2 games in a row. The last time that's happened. 17th over. Phillips has got 32. Nisham is just in there after 4 balls. And Purple Patel is in there. Sweet. Purple Patel's in there. And he's got himself a wicket already. Not right now, but recently. Earlier. And yes, what has happened, everyone? Sorry about the little dead space there. Good to see you all here. Good morning, everyone. Don Antonio, Han, Varun, Suman, Jiteth, Andy, Renell. Yeah, epic transition indeed. Sudeep says, do you think Iyer will replace Hardik Pandya in future, maybe an upcoming T20 World Cup? We'll see how he fares. We'll see how he fares. It was unfortunate, and I kind of predicted that he wasn't going to do too well in his first match, his debut. I'm pretty sure it's his debut. I'm not sure if we're ready to be there yet, but we'll see. We'll see. You got Han Solo here. Nick, to be a true pro, shave your head, wear a crap hat, inhale some helium, and say hello, CFA Nation. Hey, only one of us can do that, my friend. I'm not on that level. You know that. Come on. Lord Siraj replaced by Purple People Eater. And I love myself some Lord Siraj, so I'm not happy with the fact that Purple People Eater replaced him, but I do want to see what he can do. And it's good to see Patel with the wicket. Was that a wicket, or did that bounce first? Patel's not even reacting. I'm pretty sure that's a wicket, right? Come on, put the W on there. Bye, Phillips. Oh, see you later. You got your fill, didn't you, Phillips? Because you're done right now. Woo, look at Patel. He gets that wicket, and he acts like it was nothing because he gets wickets constantly. Oh, Purple Patel. I mean, with that comment, Salaj, we love you, but Team India is in good hands. Are you in good hands? Look at Purple Patel. Gets the wicket, his second wicket. He's only given up 18 runs in 2.5 overs. And Phillips is done the death. That is the worst thing you can have happen if you're New Zealand. You don't want to lose Phillips as the death is happening amongst you. It's just early on the death, and he's done. Done, son. Now, we've seen what Nisham could do, right? He can get some 6s, so it's not over yet. But, man, that was a beautiful thing right there. Come on and see myself get a wicket. Do factor. Purple People Eater. Patel Eater. Siraj is injured. Oh, no, Siraj, get on the mend. We need you, especially for the test series. We need you bad. Do you see Rohit as a captain now? Hey, you must be talking to other people because I had no problem with Rohit being the captain. I've been asking for it for a while. I've got a lot of, I don't want to say hate. That's way too far. But I've got some people disagreeing with me on that factor when Kohli was still the captain before they even announced him switching. I think Rohit is a fantastic captain. It's still really early on into his international captaincy, besides, a few times where he's filled in here or there. But he makes a difference. He really does. And I would be willing to go as far as he calms the boys down. He calms the boys down. Andy says, who's your tip for Australian captain now, Nick? Well, I think it's going to be Cummins, right? I think Cummins is going to be the Australia captain for the test side. Ash is coming up. Okay, so there's some emotion from Patel. It's very short and sweet. We didn't see it live right away. Ooh, good stop of that tricky bouncer there. Pont. I think it's going to be Cummins. I think that's already been announced. If it hasn't, it will be, because he has been this, in my opinion, it's been in the works for a while. he has been, I can't think of the word right now, but it has been coming for him being the captain. And I need to read more about the text scandal, as we'll put it. I got to read more about it because someone was telling me on Instagram that, I think it was Ankit told me on Instagram, that it was done in 2017. The family already knew about it. It may already be past it, but it's come public now. And in today's society, any kind of scandal, it's going to cost you your job. It's unfortunate for Tim Payne, but not to sound insensitive, his time as captain was drawing near anyways. And I think he did a fine job. I think he did a fine job as captain, considering what happened with the sandpaper and all that kind of stuff. Him coming in afterwards. Lara says, purple people eater. Yeah, that's huge. You get that wicket. Look at what happens. He finishes the over with 2 dots. So he gave up a 6. He gave up a 6 in that over, but he also gets a wicket. And he got, from my count, 4 dots. Oh, and he's still going. The over's not over. And there is a single right there. Good over for Purple Patel in the death. That's what you need. Man, we have seen in the World Cup, we have seen Pacers get destroyed in the death. So it was good to see Patel do well right there. Someone please let me know in the chat, is this Purple Patel's first ever time on the international side? Please let me know. Now, how will Tim Payne be in the playing 11? He's still on the squad. He just lost the captaincy. See, that seems weird to me. If you're going to go as far as say, oh, we're going to strip you of your captaincy for this scandal, I would think you just take him out distraction-wise. At least the first few matches, if nothing else, distraction-wise. He's still playing, but he's not the captain. I mean, I get it. Like, the captain is an honor, and you have to hold blah, blah, blah. But that's weird if he's still in the side. That's weird. I don't know who you go to if he's not in the side. Matthew Wade? No. You could do what's the guy? Isn't the guy who gets the concussions all the time? Pukovsky? Is he a wicket keeper? I can't remember. Yeah, his debut. Oh, that's so cool. It's his debut. Oh, he quit the captaincy. Thank you, Shatil. Han says, those crazy Australians say this debut. That's cool. I like it. CFA, we be watching India, New Zealand test. Absolutely. Not the entire day's event every single day. We'll definitely be watching the test. The nice thing is that first one for us, it starts at 8 p.m., at least the first day. I'm assuming each day, the first test. 8 p.m. our time, so that is a beautiful time for us. We're already home. Work is done. Stay up for a few hours and enjoy some tests before we go to bed. All right, so I'm getting distracted from the match here. 139 for 5. Let me update that score. From what the score is saying, New Zealand's only been able to score 14 so far after 2 overs in the death. Boovy is bowling. Wow. India. It's almost anticlimactic, right? I read the comments, and the people in the comments are saying, yeah, but India is always able to win the bilateral series, not the World Cup series. And it's so true. It's so true. It's not going to be another World Cup for a little bit of time, okay? So bilateral is all they have. But, man, hopefully that can change, especially in T20. Hopefully that can change moving forward, since T20 World Cup, again, is just next year, is it not? Wade is hurt, and Philippi is too young, not ready for the test. This is the Ashes. Oh, look at Gabe giving me, this is the Ashes. I don't know. Maybe I'm being an idiot. I just don't think that's a big deal about him stepping down as captain, but he's still playing. I mean, I don't know. To me, what's the point at that point? If you're still going to play, and I'm not asking, no, he didn't hit the wickets. He ran into it. I'm not asking for him to be like canceled, right? I'm not asking for that. But there's Raul Draver. What's up, man? The head coach. What I am asking for is something that makes sense. Everything about today's society with corporations or, public figures is what looks best. What's not is best, what seems best, but what looks best. And I guess Australia, Tim Payne, whoever it is, thinks that him not being the captain but still playing is what's best for this scandal. If it's not a big a deal of a scandal for him to lose his spot on the side for at least some time, then what's the point of not being a captain anymore? I mean, what is the point, in my opinion? Maybe I'm a man alone on that situation. But either you go all in or you don't. Either you're not a distraction or you are, or it's a big deal or it's not a big deal. That's what I'm saying. Bat broke. I must have missed that. I haven't caught that yet. Oh, man. No one caught that? Yeah, look at that bat. Jeez. The edge of it broke off. I don't see that happen too often. I've seen it happen before, but not too often. Nobody caught that? Yeah, the camera sucked there. Our time zone is Pacific time zone. Jeez. Oh, that was the bat that flew in the air. I thought that was the ball. Oh, that's hilarious. I thought that was the the ball that was floating in the air. It was the bat. Wow. Good thing he didn't hit anybody. Look at Bolt's face. He's like, that's a classic face, Bolt. Yeah, thanks, Varun. That was the bat, not the ball. But see, that's my point, Shatil. That's my whole point. That's why this is so weird to me. If this is something that happened 2 or 3 years ago, it was taken care of, right? The man made a mistake that I'm not going to condone, but he didn't go out and kill somebody. He made a mistake. I'm sure he, it was hard for the woman that he was texting back and forth. But it seems like the family's already, oh, that's an edge, baby. Baby! Oh, you didn't call it? You didn't call it? Review. Oh, he's walking. He's walking. It's a wicket. Okay, what are the... I don't understand. It seems like, yeah, that's definitely an edge. That's definitely a wicket. I didn't see the umpire's finger. But that's a wicket. Bye, Nisham. No glorious sixes. Oh, man, low strike rate. 25. Ouch. Okay, but this is my point, though. Hear me out. If it's a scandal that was already taken care of, and it's not that big of a deal, if it's completely his choice, then that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Okay, but I want to know why he stepped down. Because if he thinks he's a distraction, but he's still on the team, still a distraction. If it was his decision and he's trying to be a good lad, a good mate about it, then he should have stepped down in 2018. Maybe before he was even captain. I'm not sure when he was captain. I'm so confused about the whole thing, but it's okay. I will move on. Horrible umpiring. Gabe, your turn. Yeah, that was I don't even know what happened. Like, did he give it to him eventually? Because I didn't see the signal, but that was an edge. So Booby gets a wicket on his last ball of the over, 140 for 6 in the start of the 19th over. And here's Purple Patel back bowling, and that should be a 2. That should be at least a 2 right there. Thoughts about ABD retirement? I thought he was retired. I thought he was retired internationally. Are you talking about, did he retire from RCB? I haven't heard anything about that. All right, so let me update the score. And what an over by Boovie. What an over by Boovie. He only gave up like a few runs in that over. Gosh, the death bowling has been masterful. Absolutely masterful. Could we see a resurgence of Boovie, please? Oh, he got bad on that? Okay. All right, Satner with the specs. I don't always wear my glasses, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. This guy and his glasses. Let's see here. Let's see how well the pitching or the bowling has been. Boovie's, you get up 39 over, 39 runs. Okay. Got a wicket at the end. So he hasn't been as effective, but he was effective in the last over. Patel's got 2 wickets, leading the team with wickets. Ashwin's got a wicket and the lowest economy, right? Good for you, Mr. Ashwin. Oh! What was that? Did that hit off the ground? It didn't go high in the air? That was so weird. All forms of cricket. Does that include domestic? Does that include domestic? Yeah, it is a good thing for RCB. They would have been forced to retain him. I agree. He was not, and he obviously knows it too because he was not his usual self in that last season in the IPL. Man, so sorry guys for coming on late today. I had the day off today. Got to take my son to an important doctor's appointment later on. So I took the day off and I wanted to just get a little extra sleep, get showered up and whatnot. And that's not going to be caught. That's just floating out there in no man's land. So sorry, it was kind of awkward there. The plan was to have Gabe stay a little longer, but he had to take care of some business. Taking care of business. It's all good, Gabe. But we're here now. And glad to have you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining us today. I should be on here for the entire match. I may have to duck out and leave it dead again when I take my kids to school because they still have school today. Gabe says, sorry, man. That was a cheap over for Boovie. Been getting pumped all game. Cheap over? How dare you? You broke the guy's bat for crying out loud. It's the last time you were able to do that. Nick, check some T10 tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that was starting earlier. That was starting soon, I mean. Might not be able to check it tomorrow. Got my daughter. She's having a slumber party tonight. It's her birthday this weekend. So I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow and wake all those girls up. That's the last thing you want to do. That's the last thing you want to do is wake up some 10, 11-year-old girls early in the morning. Ooh, nice ball. Had nothing for that one. And Patel's given up 2 doubles and 2 singles and 2 dots in that over. Yeah, absolute respect to ABD. RCB is going to miss him, but I think it's a good time. I think his time has been had. He's had an amazing career domestically and internationally. And it's unfortunate that we came into it at the tail end, but we were still able to see some masterclass batting from ABD, especially the season before last. Yeah, I'm excited. That is short. That's an easy one to watch for sure. The question is, how early does it start? Because when I'm in a room in my house that it's an individual room for recording. It's in the corner of the house, but obviously the walls aren't too thin, or I'm too loud trying to keep up with Gabe because they can hear me throughout most of the house. Renell says, tomorrow my grandma's birthday, turning 83. Big fan of CFA reviews. And Nick, sorry, Gabe. Oh, that's in the air. What's this no man's land? There are 4 players, fielders right there. How is nobody around it? Poor Shahar. Jeez Louise, you couldn't have placed that better if you were God, for crying out loud. 4 players converging in. Renelle, your grandma's turning 83 tomorrow. That's awesome. That means her birthday, my daughter's birthday is the 21st. So your grandma's birthday is right before. My daughter was born on the same day as my mom. So that's really cool as well. So a lot of birthdays. My sister's birthday was a few days ago. But Renelle, that's awesome. I'm glad your grandma watches our videos. Grandma, I apologize in advance for all my nonsensory. Oh, please tell me there's a filter there. Please tell me there's a... That's it. I got to leave. This is ridiculous. How many balls go in the air and just drop with no one around? Yeah, you know you're lucky, pal. You know you're lucky, Santner, with the specs. Renelle, that's awesome, though. She watches our videos. That makes me super happy. Happy birthday to you, Grandma. And I am a huge fan of yours. Absolutely. She's there with you. Mad respect for grandmas. They have one of the hardest jobs in the world. They were previously mothers, which is the hardest job in the world. And now they're like second mothers as grandmas. They never get a day off, for crying out loud. And they got to deal with their crazy husbands or wives, their crazy spouses. What are your views on Deepak Chahar? Well, first of all, my views are every Indian cricket player plays better on CSK than they do internationally. I'm just saying. Especially this last season. None of them could do any wrong. But most of what I've seen, all besides this short series, what I've seen from Deepak has been in the IPL. And I think he's a masterful bowler. I think he's an anchor you've got to have on your bowling side. He's not always going to lead you in wickets, but he is very consistent with his low economy rate. He's very consistent with his line and lengths. And he is just, like I said, an anchor that you can have in the power play, you can have in the death. I haven't seen him too much internationally, though. And I'm assuming the game translates, but he's given a few doubles here. Umpire, you should be ashamed of yourself. That was a nice ball right there. Pont couldn't handle it, but look at Rashad. Hey, you never know. Okay? I guarantee there's a whole bunch of grandmas who are married to women. And at CFA Nation, we're okay with that. We have no problem with that whatsoever. Absolutely. Nick, did you watch the scene where Lizard gets punched by no one? Definitely edited. Well, I thought it was Sandman. I thought it was Sandman trying to swipe at him, maybe. I have not seen this scene yet, but I've seen the photograph of that a million times already. What's up, OTD? Yeah, it definitely looks like they're stalled again. But, don't ever count your chickens before they're hatched. 2 more balls left in this over. I know, Varsha. Iyer, he can't buy an over. He's like in timeout. We're going to put you on the side, but you're not going to bowl. Yes, if he's on the side and the guy's an all-round, unless you don't need him. I mean, they've bowled pretty well without him. But not amazing. If he's on the side, why not see what the kid can do? Maybe on Sunday's match, they'll give him an over. Maybe he's not 100% healthy. I don't know. Maybe the conditions, maybe the dew. But it seems like they're definitely treating him with gloves. Kid gloves? What's that say? I don't know. I bet most of them are ladies from New York City who met Gabe and put him in forever. I don't think that's how it works. Well, they're going to try to steal it too. And, nice little flip. But he should be in there. They stole a second run on the last ball. Pont did a little whoop. And it was close, but I think that they got in there. I think that he got in there, but that was a nice little cool man backwards toss. Look at this. Look at this. Knows right where it's at. Yeah, he's in there. He hit the wickets, hit the stumps, but the runner's in there easily. So, India, let's not mess this up, okay? This is a chaseable score. We're in Ranchi. Is Ranchi a high-scoring place? Can you score as high as like Jaipur? Is there too much dew factoring in? Does dew, I can't remember, does that help the bowlers? I think it helps the batsmen. Look at India. Yeah, give Santner a little pat in the back. I like that. The Abu Dhabi T10 League is also a lot. Oh, man, a lot of stuff going on right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back on in less than a minute. I just got to make sure that my kids are up and starting to get ready for school. I will be right back. All right, I am back. Innings break in this T20 match. 153 for 6 is the official score that New Zealand got. 153 for 6. So target for India is 154. You would think that they would have a really good chance of chasing this. I don't want to jinx them. So we shall see. All right, let me see if I can get a taste. Get a taste of this T10. Let's see where I can find it at. It's not on ESPN Plus. Let me try Willow. Hey, the Delhi Blues. That's where the American cricketer, where he plays on the American team. What's his name? Jaskaran? Let's see. Yeah, Jaskaran Mohatra, the guy that got the 6 6s. He's playing the Delhi Bulls, I think they're called. Is that a Chris Jordan sighting? Is this guy everywhere? So I'm watching the T10 match between the Bulls and I don't know who they're playing. Chris Jordan's bowling. And T10's got to be just a whole bunch of scoring. This is Abu Dhabi. The Bulls, and I don't know what that team is. Look at Jordan's economy rate in T10. 2 balls, 2 boundaries. Oh, man. How dare you, Han Solo? Huge Mankind fan. How dare you even think about besmirching his name? Let's see. Hafiz is that strike. And, oh, no boundary there. Take that. They are in the 6th over. And I'm assuming that this is the first innings. Rutherford and Hafiz. Jordan's bowling in this T10 game. How dare you, Han Solo? How dare you? If you know anything, you would know that he was Dude Love before Cactus Jack. He was Dude Love at his garage, ladies and gentlemen. He was Dude Love when he was jumping off of his roof at home. This is backyard wrestling before he got started. How dare you? Think I don't know the gloriousness of Mick Foley. Knowing Ali is bowling or is playing, better not run. Oh, another single. Singles are like dots in T10. Look at Jordan stifling the batting all of a sudden, showing him what he's got. That's right. USA Cricket, Gabe and I are just starting to better understand their team. It's about time. Just starting to. Hafiz doesn't really have a high strike rate for T10. I'm expecting some serious scoring here. I've seen power plays with 68 before. Come on. There you go. There's a 4. There you go, Hafiz. That'll increase your strike rate. Of course, Gale's in the field. This guy loves himself some cricket. Never stops playing. Shidarajan says, Nick, regarding the Tim Payne captaincy, the chat will be made public and it'll be out again. It was earlier solved internally. That's my point. If it was solved internally, why do people have to make these gestures, if you will, as like a penalty? If it was already handled internally, and we're assuming that the woman involved is at peace with what happened, has agreed upon whatever happened before, and it's cleared up, bringing this out now is just going to put her through that again. I don't understand why everything has to be made public and why there has to be some form of public flogging, if you will. If it's already taken care of 2 years ago, why are we talking about it now? Unless the woman is bringing a lawsuit against him. Yes, Andy, exactly. The press is dragging it up, needs something on the headlines. It's just silly and it's dumb. But even if the press is trying to drag it up, if it's already taken care of, and again, both sides they've moved on from it, then why does he have to step down? And don't tell me it's about his conscience, because if it was his conscience, it happened 2 years ago. Siddhartha says T10 should be banned. Man, that's harsh. I can understand you think I should be banned, but T10 should be banned? Wow. That's hilarious. JT says, Nick, marketing tactics to make buzz ahead of action. I like that outlook. I like that outlook. What's up, Boomer? Yeah, maybe. Maybe Cricket Australia is doing it to force him out. Siddhartha still wants to be banned. That is pretty funny to me. Not going to lie. All right, 6 overs in the book in this T10 match. Oh, and that is a 6. Very nice. That is a 6. Glad you found it, buddy. I found it in a bag. All right. I had to talk to my son there. Sorry about that. India started batting. Oh, bye, T10. Bye, Felicia. I had my first taste of T10. And, oh, man, I've missed a lot. Did they get a 6? What happened? A gopher hole? They got some moles out there? How did that happen? And that's behind the stumps? Is there a sinkhole? Is this the La Brea show happening right now? Run away, players. Run away before you go to prehistoric times. What is happening? What's up, Ranchod? Jay, I love the way you spell my name. Nivik. It's an improvement. Appreciate that. Cricket Australia is scared that Tim Payne might lose Ashes as he is bad captain. I don't think he's a bad captain. And that's why bringing all this up. That's my theory. Nick had a taste of Jordan, and he knows he loves it. I do love Jordan. He's fantastic. Okay, so it wasn't a 6. It was a boundary, a 4, and then a 2. And then something happened. What happened? Guys, please let me know. What happened to the pitch? There's a huge hole, like the size of a cereal bowl. That's right. I equate everything to cereal. Behind the stumps. A divot, if you will. But how does a divot get right behind there? Here we go. As I ask for it, the video replay gives it to me. Oh, he stepped and he just went down. Oh, that's like soggy, hollow ground there. Sinkhole. It almost twisted his ankle. Renell, you know I love you above everyone else in the chat. Sorry, Han and everyone else. But I don't know if he twisted his ankle on that one. That was pretty anticlimactic. I'm not going to lie. It was just like, That's crazy, though. Stumped Mike hole? Stop it. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, OTD, I agree. He's not a bad captain. He's not a bad captain. Oh, man. Oh, here comes the grounds crew. Let's see. They said sawdust. No, they're using soil, it looks like. All right. Round of applause for the grounds crew. Bringing it on the mend. Yeah. Where's Steve Smith? Where's Steve Smith? I thought he was on the payroll for the grounds crew. Where's Steve Smith at? He could have done a much better job than that. Is that really the mic? Is that really the mic? Are you kidding me? Yes. That is You've moved up. Your stock is rising, Hond. That's a good one. Because that's so true. Ooh, that should be a wide. That should be a wide. Yep. That's a wide, baby. And that's so wide. Woo! He thought it was a wicket. How dare you think that was a wicket against KL Raul? That's a wide. And did they sneak a run on that too? No. I don't even think that was close to hitting the bat. I think that was the back of his leg. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, Suman. That would explain it, though. Yeah, J.R. Raul. Good combination there. Yeah, that acting was pretty bad. Not going to lie. Gets a dot ball on technically his third ball, but really his fourth ball. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have not done so, please don't forget to like and subscribe as we're checking out this second match. Besides CFA Nation, it appears that the cricket watching world is not too much interested in this match, but I am. We are. So I appreciate you joining us. Another dot ball. Come on. What is going on here? Yeah, no edge. Hit the leg. Like I said, that was a pretty big appeal right there. Not going to lie. He didn't even let it cross his mind for a second that it was a wide. That's hilarious. I love it. Gabe's got work. Gabe's got work, my friend. He had to take care of some business, and then he's got work. Ronell says, so excited for the ICC U19 tournament next year. Can't wait to see future talents. Yes, that'll be fun to watch, but there's no USA future talents in there. What's going on here in the world? Oh, how dare you? Just showing the replay of his foot. All right. Who's that? Glenn Phillips? Hey, we got to run. All right. It's amazing. Oh, it got past New Zealand fielding. First they breached the Gabe, and now they breached the New Zealand fielding. This is fantastic. Oh, how dare you, doctor. There's definitely a future. We just got to keep doing what England does and borrow some players. Yes, this will be a full stream. I may have to leave at a certain awkward point to take my kids to school. But luckily, I live really, really close to the school, so it should not take long. See if we can get someone else here on the stream with me. Let's see here. Varun, if you're still on, I sent you the link through Instagram. Go ahead and check that out. Bad fielding, but they only got one run off that bad fielding. Not bad feeling. Oh, there you go. There's a boundary for KL Raul. Take that. 12 for no loss here in the second over. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I updated the score. And right after a boundary, it's a dot. Nick, it's too much cricket. This series is boring. Was expecting Guy Quad to open. That would have been cool. And get all matches, but Team India will give him only one or two. Typical India management. Nick, India has 5 to 6 openers, but no middle order. That, that's interesting. You can ask yourself, why does that happen? Well, in the domestic leagues, each team for India domestic leagues, for IPL, for Ranji Trophy, all that kind of stuff, you have openers on all those squads. And right now, those who are developing, those who are progressing up, are the openers. But then it puts you in this tough situation. Those guys that are batting the middle orders aren't able to do enough. Now, we've seen Iyer open, right? If you can, he's young enough. I mean, he's not super young, but he's young enough to maybe you can see if you can develop as a 3 or 4. But you're absolutely right. And when you don't have Kohli there, who's number 3, it makes things very tough. My biggest concern is like they're 5, 6, 7. Now, usually you have Jadeja there, but he's resting right now. So you might be onto something. Maybe some of the big names, because is it because Kohli's not there? That's got to be one of the reasons too, right? But yeah, they definitely got to develop those middle order batsmen. Absolutely. Trent Bolt, man, he's bowling really well. 1 boundary in the very first ball, and then 4 straight dots. Come on, Raul. Get that strike rate up there. Sharma's still not seen a ball yet. Let me guess, he's going to rotate the strike on this last ball. Sky, Pont, Shreyas Iyer are all good middle order batters. Yeah, but I think the point was that India's got a huge influx of all these openers. Some aren't going to get a chance. And they don't have that same kind of depth. There you go. There's a boundary, KRL. We bookended that over, which was a great over by Bolt. Turn it into just an okay power play over. There we go. I love it. Disney Cruise, are you crazy? You cost like $1 bazillion. Get out of here. That's Simba Crazy with a super chat. Look at Renelle. She's already on top of it. I got this hair that's driving me nuts. I have a feeling that large influx of openers is due to all these guys growing up watching Sehwag, Ganguly, Sachin open and being inspired to do the same. Well, that's an interesting point. Thanks for the super chat. That's Simba Crazy. I see you're paying with the American money. Hey, are you planning on going to the USA-Ireland match December 22nd? CFA Nation should be there. Gabe and I should be there. Love to see you there as well. But thanks for the super chat. And you're probably onto something. Things inspire people in many different ways. Many different things inspire people to do stuff. I think it's so interesting that the American Navy in the 1980s had a huge influx of people signing up and joining. Why? Because of Top Gun, of all things. The movie Top Gun created like record numbers of enlistments to the Navy. Probably even the Air Force too, because they weren't sure it was the Navy. So that could be very, very possible. But I mean, on the other hand, what about Kohli, right? Now I know Kohli can do it all, but he's usually 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. You think he would inspire some, but maybe he's still young enough that those guys who are being inspired by him are still like, 12, 13, 14 years old. Nick, do you think USA will qualify for the 2023 50 over World Cup? Honestly, no, I don't. They've already qualified for at least the group stage for next year's World Cup, I believe. And because they're hosting 2024, I believe that also automatically has them qualify for that one. The 50 over, I don't know. The state of their cricket, and I'm still learning about it, getting more familiar with it. Their T20 is probably their most, it's their most likely side to make some kind of noise internationally. But that's a great question. I just don't see it. But that's still a few years away, so we shall see. That would be so cool. Patty Cole can be developed as a middle order. Well, I think anybody can. It depends on who's willing to do it. Right? You would think, like, if you want to be on the Indian side, you've got to go to number 3 or 4. You okay with that? And I'm not saying Indian players do this, but just athletes in general sometimes, like, no, I'm not willing to change my game. They're so stubborn. Tim Tebow is like the biggest sign of that. When he was starting in NFL, but his career wasn't too secure, they kept telling him to go to running back, to go to tight end. He wouldn't do it. And then when he got cut by the Jets, he kept training for like over a year to get back in the NFL, but he wouldn't do anything but quarterback. And sometimes that pride, that stubbornness will keep you from getting a chance. And there's a dot ball right there. Sharma's at strike. 18 for no loss for India against New Zealand bowling. New Zealand's bowling is very good here in the power play so far. And Sharma's looking to get going. You're going to see a lot more commentators, Hans. That's what you're going to see. A lot more commentators. You might see the first cricket player with a walker out there. Have you seen Red Notice? I started it, and I enjoy what I saw so far, but I didn't really have a lot of time. I started. I was doing some work watching it there. I've enjoyed it so far. I heard a lot of good things about it, though. I heard a lot of hate before it came out, which I love how that happens. No one's seen it, but everyone hates it. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. USA has Corey Anderson. You'll never know. Yeah, he was one of the first ones to jump over there. Absolutely. Jump over here. Excuse me. You're out of control, Han, with your SAS. Big over alert. Yeah. We would like it, right? So after 3 overs, 18 for no loss. Man, was that only 2 in that over? That's crazy. Only got 2 in that over. Santner, you beauty. It's interesting how Santner wears the glasses when he's batting, but not when he's bowling. He's like, I don't care about my accuracy when I'm bowling. Milne. Am I saying that right? Milne is bowling now. Let me update the score. Man, only 2 runs in the 3rd over. How dare you? SAS, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, I'm assuming it's a branch of the military in England. Because that would make sense. If Gabe's coming to the UK, then he's going to join the military so that he can keep him out of the country. Or maybe it's like a TSA, custom, something like that. There's a wide. They're not going to get any runs the old-fashioned way. They'll get it as a wide. Rohit Sharma, 1 run on 3 balls. KL Rahul, 16 runs on 16 balls. Jeez. Is it Milne or Milne? It's pronounced Milne, not Milne. I appreciate that. When U.S. schools start including cricket as a school sports for scholars, absolutely. That's a great point, Nikhil. And there's a nice shot. Woo! KL Rahul with the boundary. But that was a beautiful shot. Really took control of it. Really waited nicely on that and hit that for a boundary. On the onside there, Very, very nice. I got to get back to learning my positions. I had forgotten some of them. You had cover on the offside and on the onside. That's not mid-wicket, right? What is that shot? That location there, that positioning. Milne. I thought it was Milne. Like kiln. Someone said it's like kiln. Special Air Service. Thank you. That's SAS. And there's a single right there. So Carroll gets runs and back-to-back balls after that very cheap over. It is mid-wicket or cow corner. Once cricket enters the Olympics, then you'll see cricket enter the universities and have scholarships attended to them. But you got to, I think, and we've been talking about this for over a year, like what does U.S. have to do? What do they have to do? I'm really actually surprised with how it's advanced already on the USA cricket side. Oh, go, 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 go. That's a 6, baby. Woo! Another one there, mid-wicket. I think that was more true mid-wicket right there. Deep mid-wicket, whatever you want to call that. By Sharma. Ba-na-na-na. The hitman has showed up here. Loves it. Do you know Dom Bess is pronounced wide? That's hilarious. Now that's cow corner, he says. Woo! That was a thing of beauty right there. I love the 6. 30 for no loss. Milne, however you pronounce it, he's getting crushed right now. He must be from Oman because right now he's saying, oh, man. We got to check out the lineage for Milne. Yeah, you got to love it when they pull it. But like I was saying with USA Cricket, I've seen it advance already so much with the venue, the matches they've scheduled. There's a single to the offside there. What is that point? And I've been impressed. But you got to get it in, the youth leagues. You got to get those out there. The youth clubs. You got to get it in the schools. Absolutely. You got to get it in the Olympics. You've got to have it be an option so people, when, kids register for school and they have band tryouts and they have football tryouts, soccer tryouts, baseball, basketball, swimming team, track and field, and cricket, you've got to have it as an option. The best daddy jokes. That pun was terrible. What are you talking about? That's one of my best ones. Oh, New Zealand fielding. They're getting themselves injured. 32 for no loss. That was a much better power play over. 14 in that over right there. Thank you, Milne. Really appreciate your service to the India scoring. Want to see a tribute video of ABD? I think he's the most loved cricketer in India who's not from India. Probably very true, my friend. That would be great. If there's anyone who hates ABD, I just want to know. Not me. Not I. Yes, they did, Boomer. Appreciate that. Yes, USA Cricket has advanced so much in a very short time. Test playing nation Ireland is visiting USA to play T20. That's a great achievement. It is. I just wish the governing board for USA Cricket, that's right, I'm already complaining about them, even though they scheduled Ireland. I wish they would get the tickets on sale on the website. It's a month away and you can't even get tickets yet. What's going on there? Come on. And you don't answer a CFA Nation email? Come on. How dare you, Jay? They play test. How dare you? They beat England in a match in their series sometime back. You got Camphor, baby. Who is the guy on their squad, their batsman that we were making fun of because he either goes off or he gets out right away? I can't think of it. Oh, we've tweeted, we've Instagrammed, we've emailed. I'm going to call next. And I'm going to wait listening to that horrible holding music until they answer. And when they answer, I'm going to say, welcome to CFA Nation. Nick here. They're like, what? What's going on here? Not Bull Bernie. He's a good player too. Not Sterling. What? He's got a unique last name. He can score big or he gets out right away. I think he has some fielding issues too. Buy Team India merchandise. I would love to, but nothing gets to me. Keep throwing me some names. That's right, Unleash the Hounds. Keep throwing me some Ireland names. Not O'Brien. I think there's a K in the last name. I should just look up their squad. Not Bull Bernie. Let's see. Ireland Test Squad. Oh, don't even think about it. Southie with the epic appeals. I absolutely love the epic appeals. When I'm looking at the highest scores for ODI, it's Sterling like all day, baby. Some Ball Bernie, but Sterling all day. Cusack, no. Barack, no. What? Not Camphor, no. I'll figure it out. Doc Roll, you guys are the best. Trying to think of all these names. No. So that wasn't a wicket. You got K. Raul getting a single right there. Southie bowls a really good over, only 3 runs. How dare you? Really, really good over. And I cannot figure it out. But I will. There it is. Tector. That's who I'm thinking of. Harry Tector. I just got it. Harry Tector. So there's not a K, but there's a K sound in it. Yeah, it's Nick. Tector. And someone had it right here before I said it. Sports Sedan. Thank you so much. Yes, Tector. He's also a good one. He's not as consistent in the few times I've seen Ireland play. I'm not trying to define his career as that. But yeah, it was Tector. Yeah, Sterling. He's a monster, right? Sterling Silver, what I call him. That guy was killing me in the 100. Killing me. Oh, there's a 6 right there from KL Raul. Who says he can't get some big runs? KL Raul with the 6 off Bolt. He welcomes Bolt. Bolt's first ball in the first over was a 4. Now it was a 6. Absolutely love it. Harry Tractor. Did he do good against South Africa? Yeah, Tector. He's a good one too. They got some young guys. And Sterling Silver, man, I mean, when he goes off, you can't stop him. When he goes off, I mean, that sounds stupid. When everyone goes off, you can't. No, when he gets going, you cannot stop him. Score update, it's 41 for no loss. They only got 3 in the 5th over. They've already gotten, 7 here. in the 6th over. So they're trying to, let's get to 50 in the power play. That'd be great. Hair retractor. Yeah, that's my life story right there. Yeah, you had some unlikely, unconventional fielding issues here. 84 in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Gotta get my kid to get ready. Yeah, we never did get to see that. That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate, Rashab. Dot ball right there. Row hit. Low strike rate. New Zealand were 58 for 1. Oh, man. Come on. I mean, you don't have to match that score to win. But, man, they had 58 in the power play? Wow. Yeah, I heard a little bit about Dew already. So they're ahead of the run rate required, but this is the power play after all. Get yourself some water, okay? For school.
Can I have a water in there? Thank you.
There's a Y. That'll help out with the runs.
Why'd you fall? You put this on.
I don't think I closed it. I don't think I closed it. All right. All right. Back to this. Sorry, guys. Getting a little distracted here. I don't mind streaming by myself, but it does make it hard for some situations. Should Siraj replace Boovy? No, I want to see Boovy go another. We got to get Boovy back in form. And he bowled really well the first match. Not so well the first 3 overs this match, but he really came through with that last over today. So really, really need him to get going. So you got to give him every chance possible. Gabe's at work. I took the day off for doctor's appointment later on today. Who is that? Very cute voice. That was my youngest, Abbott. I got 2 in elementary school still, and so they're getting ready for school. I'm going to take them even though I took the day off and trying to get them ready. Gabe says, sorry. Some family stuff to deal with this morning. No problem. Family always comes first. Absolutely. Mr. Blonde says, worst week to be a cricket fan. Is that because there's no matches that are exciting? It could have no matches at all, to be honest. I'm curious why you say that. There's a series right now, India, New Zealand. It doesn't seem like anyone cares about it, but those are still 2 big cricketing nations. There are months and weeks in U.S. domestic sports where there's like nothing going on either. And it's rough. Doctor says, you have an appointment with me? Yeah, man. I'll try not to be late. There was 2 drop catches. Of course there were. Yeah, you got to have Boovy going. Can you imagine if you had Boovy in top form with Bumrah and Shami? And then a Siraj if you needed that? Oh, man, that would be fantastic. For me, the 2 biggest disappointments from what I've seen the last year, 2 years, have been Ishant Sharma and Boovy. No question. Those have been the 2 biggest disappointments because of how much I heard about them. Now I'm curious, had Boovy been in great form for the longest time, or was he like in great form for a year or two and it just got everyone excited? I'm curious what his history is. There you go. Oh, there's some good fielding. Number 31. I didn't catch your name. That was good fielding. We're out of the power play. I didn't even notice that we got out of the power play. 47 for nothing. That was Nisham. Wow, that was good fielding. Kevin Rose got 34 runs. Rohit is just barely surviving. Is this Sodi bowling? Yep. Sodi's. Oh, it almost took his head off. And look at Nisham comes out of nowhere. That's a great shot. Not quite a Brendan McCullum, but still a pretty good fielding display right there. Probably because he's tired, right? So Kerr can play all formats. I haven't seen him play ODI, but I'm assuming he can. Probably resting him. It's just all the off-field scandals. In my 15 years, I've seen a week like that. We have had on-field scandals, but not like this, and also ABD retirement. Have there been more than one scandal besides the Tim Payne? Because as far as scandals go, as far as the timing, as far as how much later it's been, as far as him just stepping down as captain, it's kind of not a huge scandal, in my opinion. I don't know. I've heard so many amazing things about Ishant Sharma. I thought he was a beast for the longest time. The longest time. Warren had a big scandal. Not recently, though. Has he? I didn't hear about that one. Did not hear about that one. Oh, Nick's got some help. He's drowning over here. What's up, Varun? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing great, my friend. Doing great.
Hello, CFA Nation. How is everyone?
Everyone say hello to the man, the myth, the legend, Varun, the guy who keeps the lights on in this place. Keeps us from drowning. Got the hat on. You got some work tonight? Is that what you got going on?
Yeah, I had some work. Tomorrow also have to go out early. So
Okay.
I'll be there here for 10th over maybe. Yeah.
Cool. Andy says there was an England racism scandal last week. I didn't hear that one either. Sonny says hello. Nikhil says hello. Vipul says hello. Suman, give him some love to the man, Varun. So what are your thoughts about this match? What's going on with Rohit?
I don't know. He's not able to time the ball very well. And the thing is that he's not wasting the balls as well. So he's giving the chance to KL Rahul. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Usually, senior players and captains does that when the other player is going well. They'll give the strike to them. So yeah, and also if you see, Rahul has played most of the deliveries, 29 deliveries compared to 11 of Rohit.
Yeah, he's definitely rotating the strike. That's a great point there.
Yeah.
50 for no loss. I'm not too worried about this match.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, India should win this comfortably.
Yeah.
That's the thing with India in bilateral series. They always does well, as people were saying.
Yeah. Bilateral. They're pretty good at that. So what are your thoughts? Is Rohit going to be the T20 captain moving forward? Is this like a tryout for him right now?
At least for next 2 years, because Rohit is also not very young. He is actually older than Virat. So
Yeah.
Team India usually will not drag someone to be captain for too long. They don't want to do what Sri Lanka and Pakistan did. Sri Lanka, all the senior players got retired at the same time. The youngsters did not get the exposure properly, and you see the next 10 years, Sri Lankan team again went back to zero. They were again all the new players are trying to get the exposure, trying to get the experience, and then they're trying to come back. Usually, what India does is will keep 2, 3 senior players with them when the youngsters are getting groomed. So I think in next 2 years the captaincy will be given to a youngster, maybe Pant, and both Virat and Rohit will be in the team for 2 to 3 more years, and they will help them, and then they will retire. That should be the good strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sri Lanka, I mean, man, they've won some World Cups for crying out loud, right? I mean,
Yeah,
obviously not
certain.
the WTC because that's brand new, but they've
Mm,
won the other World Cups at least once. Some they might have two T20 World Cups. I can't. No, they only have one. But you're
one.
right. They've been kind of non-existent. They did really well in this last World Cup, especially the group stage. So I know a lot of their fans are excited to see some kind of life.
Yeah. What happened with Sri Lanka is Jayawardene, Sangakkara, Dilshan, Malinga, and Chamindavas, all these players got retired in the span of like 2 to 3 years. So if 5 of your experienced players are getting retired in the span of 2 to 3 years, so then it will be difficult for the youngsters to manage the team on an international level. Only Matthew was only carrying the team on his shoulders. So yeah, so that should not be done by teams. Maybe uh, they should also plan the retirement. They should not. The senior players should not get retired at the same time. It will be like both Kohli and Rohit Sharma getting retired at the same time. So the team will not be same. There should be some senior player who are experienced enough to handle the team.
Yeah, they're telling me that Sri Lanka won the '96 World Cup. Yeah. So what I meant is that they had won a World Cup in T20. They won one in ODI.
ODI.
They don't
Yeah.
have two ODI World Cups, do they?
No, no, they only have one.
I
96.
want to say they spoiled India's chances one year for I think it was a T20 World
T20
Cup.
World Cup final. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I
UV
mean
had a bad
they got the
match.
hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were always there. They were tough competition to India, Australia, all these big teams. There was a time there were like five big teams. If you currently see there are maybe teams, 3 to 4 teams which are capable of winning the tournaments. New Zealand you don't generally consider, but they are the underdogs. Usually, currently, if you see India, England, and Australia are very strong. But there was a time where there were 5 to 6 teams are very strong, and they had the capability of winning the uh, tournament. There was South Africa, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India, Australia, and England. All these teams were very strong. So during that time, New Zealand Sri Lanka has dominated a lot. They were consistently going to semifinals and finals.
Wow. I mean, I think from this last tournament, I think a lot of teams showed a lot of life. And so hopefully, at least in the T20
Yeah.
side of it all, Sri Lanka didn't do great at all in the Super
Mhm.
12s, but they did good in the group stage. But you had Pakistan, who a lot of people did not have in the Final Four. You had South Africa just barely miss it.
Yeah.
You had, unfortunate nations like West Indies and India not do too well. But it
Mhm.
looks like there's a little more parity there. It's not just the same 3 or 4 teams. Hopefully T20, and hopefully they'll be able to build some more competition there. But it looks like New Zealand, I mean, it looks like they're going to be around for a while because they just keep showing up. They got to another final. They lost it to Australia, but it looks like it's getting a little better.
Yeah. They are always spoiling India's chances. It's been the third
Always.
time now.
I hate them when it comes to the World Cup competitions.
Yeah. Me too. I hate them. That's a new team I'm hating now. It's hard to hate them also. They're so nice.
I know. It's
Mm,
for a guy like me, it's easy to hate anybody.
yeah.
But no, I mean, it would be nice. It would be better if they were maybe more Australia like. Oh, just
Yeah. That helps.
kidding. Yeah, so this match is I mean, this is a fun match, but it's not the most exciting match, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of okay. I don't want them to make it exciting, but I would like a little more run scoring or something. That would be nice.
I mean, even last match was not exciting. In the last, it became exciting. India started to lose a lot of wickets. They
Yeah.
won in the last over. Yeah.
Yeah, with 2 balls left. All right, I hate to do this for room, but I'm going to step out for 2 seconds to make sure my kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. So Sodhi is bowling. Required rate is 8.20 and current is 6.99. I thought they were doing better than this. Last 3 overs, I think they did not score very well. After power play, I'm not. I think they were 45 something, right? Yeah, people are asking where I'm from. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm currently in Hyderabad. Even though I'm not, I'm from Hyderabad. I'm not been here for long. My dad worked in paramilitary force, so I've been moving all over India. Every 2 3 years, I've been in different place. So, but finally, I came back to my hometown and settled here. Yeah, RCB is my favorite team. Right from when they had Kumble and Dravid, I used to support them. Yeah, yeah, I support RCB.
Woo! He stopped that boundary, the jerk. Man, alive, that was some fancy footwork. Ryan has been abysmal today. I just don't really like the slow score. I understand it's not a huge total, but let's not make it that interesting.
Yeah, I heard people saying the wicket became slow. I mean, maybe because of too much dew, the wicket became slow. I don't know. Because today, if you see the dew started from like 5:36 itself, so there was no advantage in winning the toss, not as much. Because even when New Zealand started batting, there was dew, a lot of dew, and they are playing in eastern side of India a little bit. So the sun has set very early at 5:30. It became very dark, and dew came very early.
So, how far away is this match from where you live? This city?
Very far. I'm in south, actually, down south. So
Okay.
maybe around 500 to 700 kilometers. Maybe.
Oh, wow. Do you go to a lot of cricket matches?
I went only 2 matches in my whole life. One is RCB versus Punjab. I was in Bangalore, so I went there. And India versus Australia in Vizag. I was in Vizag, so I went to that match. That match I actually did not buy ticket. My dad was taking care of the security there, so I went in for free.
Nice. I thought you were going to say you jumped the fence or something like that.
No, no.
You
I was
snuck
very
in
young.
some
I was like
luggage.
8 years old or something.
Okay. Yeah, you sound like me. I prefer to watch sports on TV.
Yeah.
I don't really like, besides baseball games, I don't really like going to sports live because it's just, especially nowadays, it's so expensive. The food's so expensive. The people are like really right next to you and kind of annoying. I prefer just to be at home, watch it for free, eat my own food. I've been to one NFL game, just one, and it was just to get it off my bucket list. I really don't have any desire to go to any more personally. So that works.
It's
Someone
very
says
expensive.
Oh, absolutely. I'm assuming the concessions are expensive no matter where you're at, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they are expensive, and food is also expensive, and it is not good as well. It's not worth the price.
Exactly. We
Horrible.
have Major League Baseball and then we have minor league baseball, and each team has a series of minor league teams. And so here in Las Vegas, we have a minor league team for oh, who is it? The Dodgers, the Mets. I can't keep track. But anyways, no, the Athletics. And so it's their AAA team. We have it here in Las Vegas, and so you can go for relatively an inexpensive ticket. But the food, it's like $10 for a hamburger, like no joke. And the food is they try to like add some special like spicy rub on them. It's so stupid. It's just a hamburger for crying out loud. Don't try to make it fancy. It's nasty and it's expensive. I took my family there. I think I spent like $80 on food, and each person got like one thing and a drink. Absolutely ridiculous. Nick's starting to sound like Howard Hughes. What's that mean? I have no idea. Oh, I because he's reclusive. I get it. No, I'm not that bad. It's just, listen, I went to an NFL game in Arizona. It's about 6 hours away. Monday Night Football. Thank goodness it was a dome because it was super hot outside. And I go there, and I'm like 6 rows away from the field for crying out loud. And the entire game, I'm looking up, looking at the screen because I can't see what's going on over there. I can do that
you
in my
cannot
house.
enjoy the match there.
Yeah.
You cannot enjoy the match. You should only go for the atmosphere.
Exactly.
Half of the time I was not knowing what the score was when I went for RCB and Punjab match. RCB won it. That's what I know.
Hey, every game I go to, the team I root for loses, so at least they won for you.
Yeah, someone has corrected me. Hyderabad to Ranchi is actually 1,367 kilometers.
Wow.
1-3. So it was double than what I estimated.
You were off by just a little bit.
Just 700 kilometers.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have Varun on Born Reviews and CFA for his geographical skills, okay? He's got other talents. That's hilarious. Oh, is that going to go far enough? It better. Bye.
Yeah.
Rohit woke up. Good question, Sports Sedan. Is minor league AA, AAA? Both, actually. So each team, they have a rookie ball league. They have a minor A, minor AA, and minor AAA. And then on most teams, they also have their own developmental teams like in Dominican Republic or South America, trying to develop those players. They also have winter ball. So if you own a Major League Baseball team, you have tons of different teams as you're trying to develop. I don't know why baseball is that way, where you have so many different levels to develop a baseball player just to get to the majors. And most sports, like cricket, you have your domestic and then you have your international. But that's the way it is. So AAA is what we have here in Las Vegas, which is the last step before going to the majors.
Yeah, I've actually tried to understand baseball. I saw a couple of videos and it was very confusing. Lot of major leagues and minor leagues. There are so many teams, right? I was not able to understand like what is the hierarchy and all.
Yeah. So when you're talking about baseball, when Gabe and I just say baseball, we're talking about Major League Baseball. That's the one that, you know, they have the World Series, they have all that. That's what really counts. And so each team, they have tons of players they're trying to develop to see if they can get to the Major League ranks. Minor League Baseball, they have their seasons and they have their championships, but no one really cares about that. They just care about who's the up-and-coming player and who's ready to play. So, I mean, it really works. Like on a Tuesday, if you lose your pitcher to injury, you call a guy up from AAA team. He's going to pitch for you on Wednesday. And so it really helps with that convenience that you can have players ready to go. But they're playing so that they can stay fresh. But if you're trying to learn about baseball, don't worry about the minor league stuff. It's not going to help you better understand. Just focus on Major League because that's really what counts. What's up, Ozjohn? Oh, another row hit 6. Yeah. How far behind am I from you, Varun? Because you probably saw that 3 hours ago.
No. Just now they are showing the replay.
Okay, so we're pretty close. Wow, nice.
Even I'm watching on Hotstar, so there is a little bit of delay than what others are watching on TV.
Yeah, see, I'm a little mad about Hotstar because they basically banished us. Right? You got to go to
Mm.
ESPN Plus now where we live, and it's like, come on, man.
Even
I
more
want
delay
part
there.
of that dugout. Ozjod, I'm not sure what you're doing right now, but I am going to send you the link to join if you can for just a few moments. It would actually work out beautifully because I've got to step out. I'm not sure how much longer Varun can stay on. I got to step out and take my kids to school. So if you could do me a solid, if you got like 5 minutes just to jump on, keep the streamer going with Varun for as long as he can stay, I'd appreciate it. How much more time do you have, Varun?
I'll stay for 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 11th over. After 11th over, I'll leave.
Socks.
Oh yeah. I took them out. I'll get them on.
Oh, don't get out. Don't get out. Don't get out. How dare you? Man, he caught that?
No, it fell short.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I'm looking at the chat and they're saying, oh, why? And so I saw the ball go in the air. I got nervous. I can't tell you how many times New Zealand hit it straight up in the air and there was no fielder there.
Actually, he dropped it. I mean, cannot say drop. It was a very good attempt.
Yeah, that was a tough catch. He was sliding down. Oh, look at the reaction from the crowd. He probably should have had that, though. Not going to lie. It was not easy, and it looked like it was higher than he expected it to be. But he probably should have had that. Satner's ticked. Oh, he's ticked.
Bolt is usually very good with the catches.
Wow. How dare you drop it? But I'm glad. Rohit's quickly got himself to a 30.
Yeah.
79 for no loss. Technically the halfway point here. Are you nervous at all, Varun?
No, not at all nervous. I think they should win this easily.
They have all wickets in hand.
Yeah.
So Diwali is done, right? Like it's over?
Yeah.
Did you have a good Diwali?
Yeah, I had good Diwali. I did not do anything. Diwali usually people burst the crackers and we'll have some puja at home. We will have sweets, exchange gifts, and buy some new stuff and all. So I did not burst the crackers. I stopped it like 10 years back.
Oh, okay.
So generally we did puja at home and we had sweets and spent time with family. That's all.
So you said you have the sweet, so we got Ozjod. He's a lifesaver coming on right now. And maybe Ozjod can answer this question too. When I'm watching Indian films, I'm seeing like a guy's getting married, right? And they bust the sweets around and they pass it around.
Mhm.
And I always think to myself, that's kind of funny. And I don't want to make it an American thing, but in the US, we have sweets for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for crying out loud. And I'm sure it's probably the same in England there, Ozjod. Like, for you, Varun, do you not have sweets too often? Or is that kind of just like, am I looking at it wrong? Because it seems like to me like India only has sweets on special occasions.
So we have two types of sweets. We have breakfast, which will be sweet that we will have daily breakfast or other things. But we have separate sweets which we will have only for occasions like laddu or Mysore pak or something like that. So those are special sweets only for special occasions. But every day we will have a lot of sweets. Gulab jamun, someone has mentioned, yeah. So yeah, we will have sweet daily, but those are special sweets that we have
Okay.
for festivals and.
Because I know us Americans are unhealthy, but you're making me feel even worse about ourselves right here. I'm glad that you guys have the sugar as well. Ozjod, how are you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, we
fantastic.
can.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Basically, I'm currently working, Nick.
Okay.
So
I appreciate it. So this is
that's
what's
why.
going to happen. I'm going to step out. I'm going to try to make this 6 or 7 minutes. If you can stay on for that long,
I can stay for
I
that
would
long.
appreciate it. Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
about
no
this.
worries.
I think Varun's got less time than that. Varun, whenever you got to step out, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you
Yeah.
helping me out. I'm being very selfish. I'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
No, no worries at all. How you doing, Varun?
I'm doing good, Azad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Again, I have to watch the match on my phone right now,
Okay.
and I'm
Yeah.
like an over behind where the actual match is. So I finally feel what Nick feels. So
What Nick is?
what's the score at the moment on your end, anyway?
So it is 79 for 0, 10 point at 10.5, 10.1 over.
All right, okay. So I'm on uh, 79 for 0, but the drinks break just happened. So we're just in the
Okay.
middle, and I've got stuck stream anyway. How's everyone doing? I'm gonna go through some of the points, but unfortunately I can't click on the comments. Sorry, guys. Yeah, well, okay. What's your favorite? Someone said, "Who's your favorite player?" I'll ask you that shortly. But what's your favorite sweet? Because you were talking about sweets, and my favorite is gulab jamun. So I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, I like gulab jamun too, but I like laddu a lot. Classic, right? And you cannot beat laddu. The especially I don't know if you know motichur ki laddu.
Yeah, yeah,
Generally
yeah,
we have in North India.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm little boring that way,
No,
but
no, no.
I like laddu.
No, laddu's good. Thing is, I just remember motichur ke laddu because of this movie called Hum Tum. And there was a dialogue in the movie where they just concentrated on that, like pinya kisko pasand hai, moti chur ke laddu is the actual sweet. So that's why I always think of that. But no, that's great. It's the same. Yeah, exactly, Rishabh. It's the same sweets in Pakistan. Mostly, I think about 95% of the sweets are the same. There might be slight changes here and there, but at least in the UK, they just bundle them all together into one shop, and it's all together. Um, but nice. And who's your favorite cricket player? Who's your favorite cricket player?
Yeah, my favorite cricket player is Virat,
Ah, nice.
currently in the current team.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I also liked Rahul Dravid a lot.
that's a positive. So you lost one person from the captaincy, but you got your other favorite in the
Yeah,
coaching kind of setup.
yeah.
Awesome, man. Again, like I said, my stream is paused. So if you see something crazy happening, just let me know. Because yeah, I've just had the first ball of the 11th over being bowled. Um, I like mango juice. Do you know what, Jay? I like mango juice as well. That's pretty good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't really bring any of the comments on screen, but what I can do is read through a lot of the things. Like Manny says that was a flattest six. I assume there was a six that I've completely missed. What have you
Yeah.
thought of Rohit and KL Rahul's batting so far? Because Rahul is playing, in my opinion, Rahul's playing that type of role where he has taken his time, but he was on 40 when Rohit was on like 13 a couple of overs ago. So how have you thought? How have you seen both of their batting performances?
So Rahul started out very well. He was getting most of the strike and he was aggressive as well. So they did very well in the power play and they both slowed down after that.
Mm,
Rohit Sharma in last 2 overs he is hitting well.
yeah.
People are also saying the wicket has become slow. In
Mm,
this match, if you have noticed, there is dew from right from the start of the match.
yeah.
So I actually wanted to ask you. I never heard of this. Will too much of dew make the wicket slow?
Ooh, I've never heard that. I've always heard that the dew will actually make the ball quicken up, so off that
Yeah,
surface. So I've always seen it as that it's never the case that if there's a lot of dew, it will slow down. But people in the chat can probably correct me, but I've always learned and I've always seen that as dew progresses, the ball comes onto the bat a bit better, and that's why most of the time when the bowler can't control the ball because it's too wet, the batsman finds it a lot easier, especially if it's a slower pitch, the ball comes onto the bat quite well.
yeah, okay. Because today, because they are playing in Ranchi, the sun has set very early.
Hmm.
So I heard someone telling from 5:30 itself the dew has started. So there was no real advantage for India for winning the toss.
Yeah.
There was dew when New Zealand also started batting. So yeah. Also,
No.
people are telling they change the ball, so it might come
Be,
better
yeah.
better now.
Yeah. Outfield becomes slow. D- if the outfield's wet, should it not be a bit quicker? And again, I'm really bad at physics, so
No, too much of dew, maybe it makes it slow.
okay.
Some it may skid, but too much it may.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Ibrahim's saying. Too much dew makes the outfield slower. Thank you.
Yeah,
Where are we? The doctor says after changing the ball, it's better now. Yes, Mr. T, Pakistan won against Bangladesh in a very, very, very annoying match in the sense that they're just playing like Pakistan once again, right? Not making it easy as a Pakistan fan to try and enjoy the game, but at least they won. That's a positive, isn't it, from a Pakistani standpoint? And he says Azad's favorite sweet now is Yorkshire pudding in custard and Jeffrey Boycott. Ah, Andy, man, Jeffrey Boycott was amazing, absolutely brilliant. I can't argue that. But Yorkshire pudding is not pudding, my friend. Oh, it's crazy. Can't believe it. Uh, what is it? Manny says it makes it harder to catch as well. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, completely agree with that. Just like after rain. See, I love the chat. Chat's so much better than me
yeah.
trying to explain. So thank you for that. Did Heather debut? Um, is that about the Pakistan game? Because I think or is that is there a Heather in the Indian team? I don't think there's a Heather in the Indian team. Cyber Avatar. If you talk about the Pakistan game, Heather early played, got a duck off 3 balls. So did Shoaib Malik. It was quite funny. to one point, there was a really silly run out. Like it was Inzamam ul Haq levels of running today,
Oh.
right? Shoaib Malik bottom edge something, right? Went straight to
Mm,
the wicketkeeper, stepped
mm,
out of the crease, turned back, and didn't put his bat in the ground in the crease and was run out by the wicketkeeper. So it's schoolboy errors, and you don't expect that from one of the most experienced players Pakistan's had ever in cricket. So yeah, it was a crazy match, Nikhil. It definitely was. I could not I could not watch the game properly because in England they're not showing it anywhere. I had to find a really interesting league or interesting stream like I am for the India New Zealand game because I'm upstairs and I can't go downstairs. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Every 5 minutes, it was like, yeah, you have to wait 10 minutes to be able to catch up 5 minutes. What's happened?
okay.
Uh, उम्र हो गई शुएब की शुएब की अब होता है brain fade. Yeah, man, cyber. That's the thing. It does happen, but at the same time, you can't make those errors. That's not great. Also, KL Rahul has gotten his 50. I don't know if I mentioned that before. He's on 59 of 45 according to Cricinfo. Adam Milne, he's just so expensive, isn't he? He's so expensive. Yes, he's a really good bowler, and Lockie Ferguson probably trumps Adam Milne, but I'm surprised he's actually playing. Were there any injuries or anything, or was that just the team they actually picked? Do you know, Vern?
Last match they actually Ferguson was playing, so I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
They dropped him. I don't think there was any injury. Maybe they thought he will bowl better. Even World Cup
Okay.
he was having hit or miss, right? Some
Yeah.
matches he
Exactly.
was bowling well, some matches not even matches. Some overs he was bowling very well. Some overs he was going for too many runs.
Yeah, he had a lot of games, or at least a lot of overs where he was going above 10 and over 100%.
Yeah.
Oof. Ooh.
I'm back.
The
All right.
man, the
Thank you,
myth,
guys.
the legend. How you doing, Nick?
I don't know about any of that, but I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Did you hear about Timothy Payne and Abraham De Villiers?
Abraham. Yes, I heard about them both. I was talking a lot earlier. Man, they still have lost 0 wickets. Earlier about Tim Payne. I don't know the whole story. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm not sure if it was something like the lady's like, this guy's texting me, I don't like it, or if it was like harassment. I'm not sure at what degree it was.
Mhm.
But my little rant was this. He's stepping down as captain. It sounds like it might be his choice. He might be forced to step down. But he's not off the team. And I'm not a cancel person. That's not me unless you need to be canceled. But I'm not a cancel person, so I don't understand why he's stepping down as captain if he's not stepping away from the team for a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
Like, it seemed like it happened a few years ago. It seems like, it's been dealt with, whatever that means. I don't understand what the point is of stepping down as captain but not taking off the team. Either do it all or do none of it, in my opinion.
Fair enough. I think one thing I realized, Tim Payne was fairly certain he was forced out of the captaincy. And in terms of keepers, they're probably going to bring some other keeper in, because I don't think they have a genuine keeper in the squad, do they? They don't have Inglis, they don't have Wade, they don't have whoever, Carey or anyone, if my memory serves right. So, and plus, he's not the best keeper around. He's not the best number 7 around either for those guys. So
Yeah.
he only makes the side because of his captaincy, right? I don't think
Yeah.
he makes the side barring that. But I'm fairly certain he was forced out of the captaincy, and then they might just say, "Oh, he's not playing the first few games, and then he'll just come back." Or plus, he was going to retire. He was planning on retiring straight after the Ashes
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what I thought too. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
But bad timing. There's a lot of scandals going around in the world of cricket at the moment, and it's not good. Again, a lot of points, and we've talked about it just very briefly, Nick. But it's a lot of stuff is going around, and I hope things get sorted out quicker, very quickly.
I'm just wondering, is it like an England reporter that found this dirt, right? And right before the Ashes, they're like, "Hey, just so you know, Australia's sweeping this under the rug." What are your thoughts on it, Varun? Do you have any thoughts?
So about Tim Payne, I did not thought what Azat is telling. Is That's a very good point. Maybe they were thinking of dropping him instead of directly dropping a captain. Maybe they brought this issue up and dropped him as a captain, and that might be a reason that they were looking for, so as to drop in from the team, because usually that happens, right? It happens so many times that a player gives up his captaincy and he will not play the next matches. So yeah, that might be a very good point. The England issue, did not read it completely. I know some player complained about the racism issue, but I'm not completely aware of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes. Yeah. So if you want, I can give you a very, very quick overview. So this
Sure.
guy's been playing domestic cricket for at least 10 years or something in the UK. And he's been faced with a lot of discrimination in all kinds of ways. And there's a lot of stories, and I don't want to mention all the things. And it's some really horrible stuff that happened to him. And for that reason, he was always told, "That's just banter. You leave it out."
There's a
And then,
six.
oh, who hit it? Because again, I can't watch the match.
Rohit. He
Rohit.
hit a whole bunch of sixes today.
I said this to Varun. I was like, I finally feel your pain because I'm an over behind on my phone right now.
Oh, wow. I see how it is. The match that no one else is watching but us, you're behind on. I see.
But yeah, okay, sorry. So on that point, so he was treated really unfairly. He came out, he talked to Yorkshire Cricket Club, talked to ECB, etc., and basically nothing came out of it. There were no repercussions. So then he went to whatever it is, like the Parliament or wherever they go and talk about this stuff, and a lot of stuff came out about what had happened to him, what had happened to other people, and a lot of the minority people have actually come out and said, "Yeah, that happens. That does happen." I was on I was on Aaron's Cricket Connoisseur podcast talking about the same thing, which will release in a couple of days. That's not me plugging anything. I'm just mentioning. I'm just mentioning.
Spoiler alert.
I'll also be talking about this probably in about 45 minutes on Quality Shot if anyone's interested. And
Nice.
that's another nod plug. But yeah, so it's just unfortunate the situation that has come about, and no one basically has any trust in the ECB anymore with regards to handling these types of situations. On top of that, there's some comments that came out, or some tweets from 10, 11 years ago about that specific player making anti-Semitistic. I don't know what the terminology is, but basically
Yeah.
some
Semitic.
comments like that in a private chat with someone else. So people are like, "Oh, that's why things happen to him," and I'm thinking,
No.
two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
If something happened to him, yeah, he did something wrong. He apologized as well, but that doesn't make it fine for someone else to put the same things on him, or be discriminatory towards him. But yeah, that's a very quick overview.
Appreciate that.
That's all right.
Whenever you guys got to go, you just let me know. I appreciate your time. So I have comments about this whole idea of outing people, if you will, for their rude comments. And it's probably not a very popular, but this is my straight out opinion.
Mm.
I don't like that our society has gotten to a place, and India still hasn't lost a wicket. They're doing fantastic. 39 runs needed off 43 balls. I don't like that our society has gone to a place where you cannot ever think a bad thought, say a bad thought. We should all be nice. We should all be respectful. We should do all those things. Absolutely. I'm all about being kind to humans. But if we are going to cancel people, if we are going to publicly shame people because they said something that was rude, they said something that was not very nice to even a certain group of people, I don't know why we are putting it on blast and acting like it's a society that none of us ever have done certain things or been bullies in our life, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to protect those that are rude, but I don't think we should label someone as this because they said or did this. I'm not sure if that makes sense. It comes off to me very hypocritical because I haven't met one person that has not made a mistake. And I'm not talking about let's let people be racist. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But what I'm saying is, where are we going to go from here? Like, if I called a certain gentleman fat, do I get canceled now for the rest of my? I'm not a public figure, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid of where it's going when there's a whole bunch of ugliness in the world. I don't know if that makes sense. We got a super chat here from Jihan. Let me get to this before I confuse people more. But I just wish that we didn't expose everyone for everything. And sometimes, especially with like discriminatory remarks, it kind of makes it worse when you expose that sometime later, because now it's happening again, and it's happening on a bigger scale. And now I don't know. Tim Payne's scandal was already investigated and he was cleared at the time. The woman recently got sacked and sold the story as revenge. Maybe England journalist. Okay. So I didn't know any of that. I'm going to let that be Jihan's comment. Appreciate the super chat. And I'm not going to fall into that trap. But I appreciate that 100%.
Just want to say something about your what you said, Nick.
Yeah.
I think an over exaggeration of certain things is not the greatest, but in this situation, when what was Azim's basically said, he's like, I'm doing this so other people in the future don't have to go through what I went through,
Yeah.
and putting that.
No. My comment was about the fact that they dug up some anti-Semitic,
Oh,
comment
okay.
that he made.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm 100% on the side of him. And if that's a culture that's being created by the ECB, that nonsense needs to stop. And I appreciate you said that, because I want to make sure that no one thinks, the 60 out of the chat right now, that I'm thinking that the ECB is doing a great job by being racist towards certain people. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay, no, fair enough. No, I just wanted to say
It was also interesting
I appreciate it.
because Moeen Ali recently, I saw one interview. He actually said the team and the coach supported him, and the backlash or the racism that he faced is only from the audience. Like when the match was going on. So I was shocked when this person blamed the players and coach as well. So I don't know which one is the accurate. Maybe Moeen Ali made it to uh, international, so he has to praise the players and coach. I don't know.
have you seen, you might have noticed this, but the kind of culture that's present in the national team compared to the domestic teams, there is a slight difference. So at least I've noticed that, when England celebrates, for example, at the end of a series, and if England have won the series, which they
Yeah,
won't in Australia, just thought I'd mention that. But
Oh, snap.
but if England celebrate, right, just before they're about to blow the champagne, they take the picture, and then Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali go away, so then they can,
yeah,
do the whole thing with the alcohol. I've seen that in certain county clubs, but certain clubs don't do that. So I think it's not it is a holistic view, but it's also that, certain clubs haven't gone past that stage. I know Somerset, from the little knowledge I have about county cricket, they are pretty good, right? Worcestershire is pretty good, okay, but overall, I've seen a few specific clubs that have come to light about, a lot of the racist or like some sort of discrimination. And it's unfortunate that it's Yorkshire, because the closest cricket county to me is Yorkshire. So I feel bad in that case as well. But yeah, just thought I'd also just mention that very quickly.
So I'm curious because I think I understand what you're saying. Because they choose not to drink, they are there for the picture, but then they're excluded from the celebration because there's alcohol involved. What's your opinion about that? What's your quick? We got super chat for Jihan. I'll get to in a second, but what's your quick opinion about? Do you think that that's not a good idea for the team to, still continue with the celebration?
Oh no, I think that's a great thing. Like I said this a couple of days ago, like I said on Aaron's podcast, that I felt really emotional when I saw like Moeen Ali and Alan Rashid actually go off. They allowed them the opportunity to go away,
Right.
so it doesn't affect
Okay.
their beliefs and stuff. So I personally, I thought it was really cool, because
Okay.
working in England,
Gotcha.
you don't see that very often. So it was great to see.
Gotcha. I
Yeah,
got you.
that's
Okay,
one
yeah.
of the positive things that Ali mentioned in that interview as well. He mentioned this point, like team are very understanding and they respect his beliefs. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do find it hard to believe that one entire organization, right? It's all collectively designed to be racist. Like that to me is pretty hard to come by.
Yeah.
But if there's a history of certain things, then that's a problem. But yeah, that is pretty cool. There's a player named Josh Hamilton. He doesn't play anymore for baseball, but he was a huge addict, but an amazing baseball talent. And with struggling for years, he was finally able to clean up his life, get into baseball, and he won a few MVPs. Like it's a really amazing story. When his teams got to the World Series twice, they were doing sparkling cider. They weren't even doing the champagne because they understood the situation with him, and I thought that was really, really cool. And you've seen that before in the past. And me myself, who abstains from alcohol my entire life, and I'll continue to do so, I appreciate that. And I also, if I was on the team, I would have no problem with them wanting to celebrate. Let me be included with the picture and all that kind of stuff. But if they want to celebrate, then that's my choice to not participate. But I would hate to be shamed because I choose not to drink and not to have, that kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. We got a super chat here from Jihan. He says, Joe Root is under pressure. Rafiq heavily criticized him in the hearing for turning a blind eye. What happened to Rafiq was horrendous.
So
And is this Rafiq, the player you were talking about,
Yeah.
Ozjan?
Yeah. So I just want to. There's a comment like two underneath that one, but from Andy as well, which says most folks in Yorkshire knew about Rafiq. Knew Rafiq was right. The amount of good Asian players ignored in the county borders on ridiculous. I agree with that. There's a lot of it, because in Yorkshire there are certain areas that are very highly densely populated with Asian players. And I don't know why that's the scenario that it's had to come to, a lot of them not being able to get to the highest level within that county. But I know of a lot of players in the area and all around the UK. To be honest, it's an issue all around the world. But England,
Absolutely.
it's just been highlighted, and because it's happened for quite some time, and someone actually just got to, for lack of a better term, the boiling point, right? So he had to come out and talk about it, and it's just coming to light, which is great. So hopefully this does lead to a good place. But I just thought I'd also highlight that comment from Andy. Unfortunately, though, that's a bummer note for me to go on. But KL Rahul is out also.
I just saw the score. I'm like, is there a cricket match going on right now? I just saw the score and I see that one wicket. That's unfortunate. But he got 65 on 49 balls.
Played brilliantly. I have to go. Unfortunately, I do have to get some work done. Thank you so much
I
for having
really
me on.
appreciate it so much. You helped me out immensely.
No problem.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Please like, share, and subscribe, everyone. And make sure you go check out the other videos on Cricket for Americans. There's some really good videos. For example, the last video that Nick did, which is a roundup of India finally winning a match in T20s. I'm kidding.
Finally. Hey, man, I need it. I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on and sharing your thoughts. Appreciate your honest opinions. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Azad. So yeah, Nick, even I have to leave. Have to get up early tomorrow. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, CFA Nation. Yeah. See you, everyone.
I appreciate Varun. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you helping me out. Have a great day. Get some sleep, and have a good day at work tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Adios. So just like that, you got Mr. Lara here saying, what is India doing? Where's Sky? Hey, they didn't give Venkatesh a chance to bowl, so they're giving him a chance to bat. He's got no runs on 2 balls. And I'm really rooting for this guy. Hardcore. You see so many times these guys that take a while to get into, whether it's the major leagues or the international side, whatever the sport is. And sometimes their window is really short. I'm hoping this guy is able to do some stuff here. And I appreciate everyone's comments. I appreciate super chats from Jihan. I appreciate everyone's thoughts. And I hope I didn't make it too awkward there talking about this or that. But I mean, we've got to be able to have these conversations. And I got to look more into this whole Rafiq situation. I hope I'm saying that name wrong, right? And probably not. Let me update the score here. 123 for 1. And we are almost in the power play or in the death. I keep getting those mixed up today. And that's a nice little boundary there. There you go, Ire. Get yourself on the board with your 4th ball. 127 for 1. They should be able to easily chase this in the 17th or 18th over. I really appreciate Varun and Ozjod coming on, especially to help me out as I left to go pick up my kids and make sure that we still had some people on the screen as I left. It means a lot that you guys were able to do that. We got Jihan here, says, good bloke, but he wasn't happy that he denied hearing anything. Okay, so the conversation in the chat is still going on. And listen, the thing that frustrates me is I feel like sometimes in society, organizations are being nice to everyone to publicly have that look. And that's what really frustrates me. If there's an issue with people who are racist in an organization, then they need to get the proper help to fix that out, to figure that out. Because there's no place for that in any organization whatsoever. And at the same time, people need to be kind to all types of people. It doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, or their family, or grandma or grandpa. It doesn't matter. Because that's the way we should be treating one another, for crying out loud. It's as simple as that. And I want organizations, any kind of organization around the world, to not be fake. Right? These public gestures of this or that. We're not this, we're not that. It's a bunch of nonsense. Okay? If you have some issues socially with whoever, get that figured out. Rohit's on strike right now. He's looking for his 50. He's got nervous 49s going on. And there was a comment earlier from the doctor that I missed. I'll get to it after this ball. Oh, is that a 6? There we go. I'm paying attention back. And he gets his 50 with the 6. He's at 55 runs. Rohit and KL Rahul have been an amazing opening partnership. Just the way Rahul Dravid drew it up. And the doctor had a funny comment. I can't get to it, so it's way past. But he said, what did Nick do? Did he just drop off his kids and run? It's basically what I did. I went to the entrance. There was a whole lot of traffic there. I had one of my friends who was working one of the gates, and I just watched him get in and get to safety, and I left. So you're absolutely right. That's exactly what I did. The doctor says, speaking of the doctor, this series is only done for one reason, to have no uncapped players in the retention. I don't understand that. I'm a little lost on that one. My brain's not working too well today. Nice 6 by Rohit. I see Shahal there. Is he going to get a chance to play in this series, this T20 series? This is an interesting tour. I'm not going to lie. Right on the heels of the T20 World Cup. No rest for the weary. But I'll take it because I love cricket. We've been talking a lot about Tim Paine's resignation from Test captaincy. I'm not going to drug it up anymore. But you're more than willing to rewind in this stream. We've talked about it quite a bit at length. Hans says you should have ordered your servant Gabe to take your kids to school. let him at least earn his pay. Honestly, Han, that's a great point, and he did offer. But when he was coming to school, because he's a teacher, he has to get there earlier. He would have had to take him in early. And then, I promised him today, because they always got to go in early with me today. Oh, every other day. I promised my kids today that they would go at the normal time. They got to sleep in a little bit longer, take a little longer to get ready. And I didn't want to, renege on that promise. But I appreciate that. And I know you're joking around, but he actually did offer. So I won't be mean to him this time. But he should earn his pay, absolutely. Teams can retain uncapped players for cheap. Oh. No, I know what uncapped means, Muhammad. I appreciate that. But I just wasn't get what he's getting at. And that's the softest dismissal I ever saw. Was that a wicket? Wow, that was weak. That was weak sauce. Southey gets a wicket, gets his second wicket. He's got the only 2 for the match for New Zealand. What was that? That was like in the nets, like practicing a shot here. What was that? Wow. That was weird. Good point, Han. That was a weird dismissal. Yeah, lazy shot, easy catch. Exactly, Skyber. What in the world was that? That's a good one, Andy. Nick's kids don't want to go with Gabe. He shouts, "It's a fix" at every set of traffic lights. I could see that. Oh, man. I'm not much better, to tell you the truth. I don't think I have road rage, but I have road frustration. Yeah, you're right. Plenty of material. Oh, man, you're right. That's going to be golden. Banter, baby. That was an atrocious shot. I'm not mad at the guy because he got 55. But I would love to know what he was trying to do there. Because it looked like he was trying to defend, and maybe he was surprised that it went as far as it did, but he didn't really have much intent on that. And that gets by the first fielder, but not the second fielder, because New Zealand's everywhere. Sky's in the match, baby. There you go, Gabe. I know you're working right now, but Sky's in. And he gets a chance to bat a little bit. Oh, wow. Han, I'm not even going to put that on the screen. How dare you? How dare you? He got deceived by a slow ball. Oh, and just like that, Sky, baby, nothing. Is he out? Is he done and dusted? Wow, Sky, are you kidding me? That wasn't a hit wicket, but he hit the ball towards the stumps. The collapse. That's unfortunate, that edge. Wow. Did Southey get another one on the last ball of that over? Oh, the captain. Look at Southey's day. Disgusting. 4 overs, 16 runs and 3 wickets. Don't forget, he gave up 8 runs in his first over. So his last 3 overs, including one in the death, 3 overs, 8 runs, 3 wickets. Wow. Wow. Yeah, he should put Sky on the couch. Absolutely. Dr. Blasphemer, your people are calling for you. Oh, Sky, what are you doing? Pont goes in there. They only need 17 runs on 24 balls. Don't mess this up. They're trying to get more viewers in the stream. I appreciate that. But I don't need it. What in the world is going on here? Venkatesh gets on strike, and he gets a single on the first ball. 138 for 3. We're in the 17th over. Made 16 runs. Wow. Aryan, I want to get to your comment, my friend. Aryan. Nick, will you guys follow Ireland versus USA series? Absolutely. We have all intentions. We have plane tickets purchased to be there on the December 22nd T20 match. We are going to be there in person as soon as the second. It'll be official the second. Ooh, is that a wicket? Is that an edge? Did he get the signal? He says no. So get out of here with that nonsense. And they're reviewing it right away. Southie's using one. Why not? You got 2 reviews left. Ooh, if Pont goes down to Golden Duck, that would be crappy. But yes, we're going to be there for that 22nd match. We're going to fly in, hang out the match, and fly out because it's the holiday season, baby. We got to get back before the wives divorce us for leaving Christmas. They left us on Christmas Day. I'm so bad at seeing whether it hits the bat. I don't think it did. We got to see Ultra Edge. No. Okay. It didn't hit the bat. According to Ultra Edge, it hit the leg. Hit the pants. It hit Pont's pants. Oh, I love it. It hit Pont in his pants. Yeah, leg edge. Like it. Skyber. Oh, yes, hon. That's a good one. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Part 2. And we're going to have Chris with us, too. Yeah, that's 3 greens. That's a really, really bad review, actually. Not really. It was pretty close, but still kind of bad. Pont's in. He's got the magic Ponts. Hit his pants, not his bat, so he's still good to go. Here's Bolt's ball, and it hits him right in the chest. Jeez. Looks like he's got an extra layer on today. Hopefully there's a vest on there. Oh, that's nice of Bolt. He goes in and checks on him. Are you okay? I'm not sure if Kiwis say mate, but he goes in there to see if he's okay. That was pretty cool. High bouncer right there on the neck almost, the jugular. Did it get part of his... Oh, no, it hit his glove, and it ricocheted up there. Pont is still in there. Bolt is bowling some dots. 16 runs, 21 balls needed. Yeah, we're going to do our own version of the vlog. I don't even know how people do their vlogs, but we're going to do our own version of it. It won't be live, obviously. Look at Bolt going out. Another dot ball. 16 runs on 20 balls. Jeez, Bolt, why don't you stop being so good for 2 seconds of your life? I'm just waiting for them to sell the tickets. Chris will be there too. It'll be the 3 of us. I'm just waiting for them to sell tickets. No problem there, Mr. Hahn. I appreciate it. Listen, you guys can talk about how crappy USA is now. Don't let them get a decent squad in there. Don't let that happen. I'm going to hear all these screams like, no, USA, leave us alone. That's not going to be enough for the boundary, but that's going to at least rotate the strike. Jeez. No dot that time. Man alive. Bolt has been good in this over. Could you imagine a super over in this match? Oh, that would be horrible. Listen, USA in the North American bracket, whatever that's called, they've gone undefeated. 5-0. And there's a boundary by Iyer. That's what I'm talking about. See a few more balls. Last a little longer. Strike rate over 100. Oh, and Bolt was doing so good, doing the best he could. I'm not really worried, but he was doing the best he could to make me worried. Well, you guys aren't worried now. But don't let them get a decent squad. Don't let that happen. Because, sorry, India, and all the subscribers out there, I'm choosing U.S. over India. If I wouldn't, then I would want you guys to call me a fake pandering cricket fan, YouTuber. If USA gets is at least competitive, oh, that'd be awesome. The goal would be USA versus India. Probably take 4 or 5 years for that to happen, but that's the goal. That is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen these cricket matches, to tell you the truth. Yeah, Renell's having serious withdrawals. She's having serious withdrawals. Her grandma's like, I can't believe I've gone a whole nother birthday without a super over. Oh, and that's high, but is that far? Oh, just barely. I thought that was going to be caught. Pont hits it for a 6 off Nisham, and he can't believe it. All he is 5 runs. I'm predicting it right now. Pont's going to win it with the 6 in the next few balls. A 6 on one of the next few balls. They're going to win it on a 6. I'm greedy. I want the whole thing. I don't want 6 singles or 3 twos or any nonsense like that. I want a 6. I can't believe that wasn't caught. That was just barely over the boundary. And it was so high that you couldn't really try to sneak it before it went over the boundary. Oh, and is that it? The walk-off, like I said. I want a 6. And I gets it. I want a walk-off 6, and I gets it, and that's the match. Venkatesh Iyer does not lose his wicket, gets his average up a little higher. I love that. Pont comes in, almost was caught with his paunts down, but he gets the last 2 6s. I called it, and I got it. Finally, I predicted something right. India's on a 2-match winning streak. India, don't forget this. Let this burn in your mind that you can beat New Zealand. I don't care what the stage, you can do it. You've won it twice in a row. I want to see all the young bloods get a chance in the next match. Thank you so much for that 6. I wish I had the stones to say on the next ball it's going to be a 6. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bows all around. I appreciate everyone joining us today in this match. I really do. We had some really interesting, really important conversations about what's going on in scandals or whatnot. I think I confused everyone with what I was trying to say earlier. I want to make sure it's very, very clear. I am not condoning any type of racist treatment from any organization. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. Everyone should be treated equally and fairly. And when someone makes a mistake, if they do the proper channels, the authentic proper channels to make that mistake corrected, we should forgive them. That's all I'm trying to say. G-Test says, chill, Nick. We got it. I just want to make sure. I'm the one putting myself out here on the channel. India won. Fantastic. And we need to grow CFA Nation with the fans that we have in here right now who show up every single match, no matter how big the stakes are. We got to grow the amazing people of CFA Nation. Thank you so much for being amazing. They're calling for Purple Patel to get the man of the match. Really? You think over the batsman? Probably because of the situation where they bowled first and he got some big wickets. Ooh, we got some Purple Patel fans in the match. Yes, they won the series. Bring in the young bloods in the next match. Let's see what every single one of them, let's see what they all can do. Make Iyer the captain for one match and bring in all the young bloods. CFA Nation is growing, Nick. Awesome. But I'm talking about the true CFA Nation cricket fans that show up and have parties with us. whether Gabe's here or not, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. Exactly. Now, New Zealand is without a few big names. Exactly. Why can't they show up on the big matches? I still am mad about the WTC match. I'm still so mad about that one because they had a chance and they just choked it. They just choked it. That would be awesome too. That would be awesome. The doctor says debut all of them and leave all IPL franchises in shambles. Are you uncapped with just one match that you play? Just one match? Or do you have to a certain number of international matches before you're no longer uncapped? Because, yeah, my fantasy team, that's going to hurt next IPL if everyone gets a chance to play. That's going to be expensive for me. They've won 2 tosses. They've won 2 matches. Appreciate that, Renell. Appreciate that so much. Yes, Sports, you're absolutely right. Capped is capped. Just one. Oh, just one. Oh, no. Venkatesh Iyer was the best choice I had the second half of the season because he was uncapped. Oh, no. They still batted terribly in that game. Skybird, they couldn't get more than 110. But they still had a chance, Jihan, in that WTC matches. That's what we're talking about. They still had a chance. They just needed to do a little bit more because if I remember, New Zealand, and with all the rain delays, right? New Zealand chased it, but there was still only, an hour or 2 left, and it could have been a draw. If they would have scored a little bit more and lasted a little bit more, it would have been a different match. They definitely choked that one. Oh, boy, Rohit can win tosses. Absolutely. Win the toss, win the match. It continues on. The percentage, the winning percentage is insane. It's like 85, 90, 95%. It's crazy. Who's the man of the match? We got commercials on Quick Buzz, but I'm not seeing who man of the match is. They got KL Raoul with the mic. Oh, okay, well, I was talking about WTC. But yeah, the batting failed in both situations. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I appreciate that. I got to get this stuff together for this doctor's appointment. Appreciate everyone joining us. I believe Gabe and Ozjod plan to be here on Sunday for the 3rd match. Please do join us for that. And then we will, Wednesday next week, the first day of the first test match, I will be here. I think Gabe's got to work for the first few hours. So CFA plans on being here for matches. And yes, thank you, Jihan. Appreciate that. We do continue to plan. We do plan to continue to watch other cricketing nations as they are playing cricket as well. Appreciate everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, adios.